You tune in live 1.7 WBZ, y'all. Y'all stand up and give a big warm welcome. We got the sheriff in the building, y'all. Let's go.
Hey, everybody. Hey, County. Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight? Great Thursday night. Great Thursday night. We're here at the Sheriff Report. We're going to get on with this. First of all, you know I got to say this, 100.7 FM, WBZ with DJ Booty Rush, and Hear Me TV, Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, Channel 19 on campus, with Pat Wallace, director, Kimberly Wright, Butch Baxter, and Jordan. Hey, Jordan, how you doing? We got everybody in the building tonight. We have a good show tonight. Just saying hey to everybody. We got Miss Sheriff over here. Hey, we got my uncle over here, my uncle Melvin McKay from Tampa, Florida.
All right.
And my aunt Sonia McKay from Tampa, Florida. Y'all got to give him a round of applause.
Hey, give him a round of applause.
Hey. From Florida. And of course, y'all look over here to my side, over to my right side. We got Slate Dog. We got Slate Dog in the building tonight. We've been trying to get Slate Dog on the show a long time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you know what? He told me I'd be there.
Okay.
And guess what? Slate Dog, man, his word.
That's right.
You know, you always hear me say Slate Dog when we watching Facebook Live. He'll pop in, give us a little something. But hey, we got him on the show tonight.
Got him on the show tonight.
Yeah, and I want to say hey to my nephew here, Brian Kennedy, watching. My brother here, Tony Washington, watching. Hey, Tay Watkins watching. Hey, y'all, Sarah Washington again. Kimberly Levitt. Hey, Kimberly Levitt Vaughn. Bree Holloway. Nicole Huff, my sister Nicole. How y'all doing, everybody? Welcome y'all on Facebook Live here to the show. We're going to get on with the Sheriff Report so we can say some interesting stuff to Slate Dog here.
That's right.
And y'all don't know who Slate Dog is. That's Coach Willie Slater.
Yes, sir.
Head coach, athletic director, Tuskegee University. Golden Tiger football.
All right.
I need say no more.
That's it.
But hey, everybody out there, and I'll get back to Facebook Live. I love that Facebook Live. But here we go with the Sheriff Report. Between the dates of June 15th and June 21st, the Macon County Sheriff Department in the last 7 days have received 142 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,306 landline calls, 323 E911 calls, and 1,290 radio transmissions for a total of 3,061 contacts. Okay. And that's a little bit less than what we had last week, which is great.
Right.
But we do have a few more complaints. Mm-hmm. And we always look for more calls during the summer, more complaints during the summer because it's just a lot going on.
Right.
But on 615 on Brown Street, we had harassment. On 615, we had arrest on attempting to elude. On 615, we had arrest on receiving stolen property. On 615, we had arrest on the possession of marijuana. On 615 on U.S. Highway 80, we had an information report only. On 616 County Road 2, we had assault third. On 617 County Road 5, we had a stolen vehicle. On 617 Garden Lane, we had harassment communication. On 618, we had arrest on an escape. Man, somebody tried to escape out of jail, man.
Wow.
But we got him.
We got him.
Okay. On 618 County Road 13, we had discharge a weapon into an occupied dwelling. On 618 Alabama Highway 199, we had a burglary second, theft first. 618, we had arrest on assault third. On 618 County Road 67, we had a criminal trespass. On 618 Rosenwald Heights, we had an information report only. On 618 I-85 northbound mile marker 20, we had a burglary and a theft. Okay. On 619 Terrence Street, we had a SORNA, and a SORNA is a sex offender registration and notification act. They violated that. Okay. So you know if you're a sex offender, you got to register.
Right.
And on 619 Lotus Drive, shooting into an occupied dwelling. And on 619 Amber Road, we had a stolen license plate. So, man, kind of busy this week.
Yeah, real busy.
Which is real good. You know, a lot of people calling in, reporting, and that's what we want.
Right.
Neighborhood watchers are doing a great job, and the people just doing a great job protecting and communicating and trying to keep our community safe.
Right.
And just want to say thank you to all the agencies that are involved with the Macon County Sheriff Department. You know, we're doing a good job. We need to do a better job just to keep everybody safe, and everybody got to work together. So to all the new chiefs, well, the one new chief, and to all the chiefs in the county.
Right.
And I won't go around and name everybody, but also the chief at Tuskegee University. Okay. Everybody doing a great job, and everybody trying to work together, and that's what I envision. and that's what we need to keep our community and our county safe.
Absolutely.
So great job, fellas. Appreciate everything. And while I'm talking about police officers, I want to say something to one of our fallen heroes, Boozer, who died of cancer. He lost the fight with cancer the other day, and everybody's saddened by the loss of Officer Boozer, but he did a great job. Great young man, and we all gonna miss him. You know, we have a fallen brother here, and we all come together, especially in times like this. And to his family and everybody, you know, we'll be praying for y'all. Keep your head up. Boozer's a great man.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Gonna be a memorial on Saturday in Montgomery for Boozer. So if anybody want to attend, we'll all be there. And like I said again, best wishes to his family, and our prayers go out to him.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
And please, let's have a moment of silence for Officer Boozer.
Take my head off.
All right.
All right.
And thank you to everybody in the community, and I know everybody knew Boozer. You know, great guy, worked in the in this county for many years. He came and worked at the Sheriff Department in 2003.
Okay.
And from there, you know, before he came to the Sheriff Department, he was at Hurtsboro. He came to Macon County Sheriff Department. He worked at the Tuskegee Police Department. He worked in Shorter. He worked at Victoryland, and he worked at Notasucker.
Wow.
So he was a well-known officer here in the community and a great guy. Boozer would stop you and give you a ticket.
Yeah, he will.
Boozer would make sure that everybody was doing what they're supposed to do.
Right.
And he was just a great officer.
He was, yeah.
So we're going to miss Boozer. Yeah. All right? Okay. Now, while I'm saying missing people, we missing Brinsky tonight. We missing Bush tonight. And we missing Pat Wallace tonight.
All three.
So all of those people somewhere doing something, and I know they're taking care of the business.
Right.
But we got to give all those guys a shout out for doing what they supposed to do.
Big shout out, cause they will.
Big shout out.
Yeah. They would try to be here. They wouldn't do what they doing. Them guys love to be here. They do love it.
Yeah.
So big shout out to them.
Big shout out to those guys. But tonight we're gonna have an interesting conversation. We got old Slate Dog here, and you know, we always talking about crime and things going on in the community, in the city. But we're gonna talk about some athletics tonight,
right?
Because you know, a lot of people like athletics,
that's right.
And athletics does a lot for the community.
Exactly.
Does a lot for our young people. It just does a lot. Well, I say older people too.
Right.
Most people thrive in athletics, and most people can, you know, they can deal with athletics.
Exactly.
So we're going to let Coach Slater talk a little bit about what he's expecting this upcoming season. We'll ask some questions about the schedule, and then we're going to ask some questions about the young men who play football.
Right.
Okay. So we got to give Coach Slate Dog a round of applause.
We got to get him in here, y'all. Let's go. Y'all give a big. We got Coach Slater in the building.
Before you say that, I got to say this, so I don't want these names to go by without me saying hey to Tommy Brown. Hey, my brother Tony Washington said tell Uncle Melvin hello. He'll be by to see you. Hey, Jay Martin, my brother. Alberta Buchanan. Hey, my cousin Laura Smith watching from Florida. Hey, Laura, how you doing? See Uncle Melvin, I saw you sitting here, Laura. Hey, Ellerby, how you doing? Myron Ellerby, how you doing? Miss Travis, Deidre Travis, how you doing? Nephew Keith Butler, how you doing, man? You doing all right? That's everybody. But, hey, Keith, we're going to let you go right now so we can say hello to Slate Dog. Take care, nephew.
Y'all stand up and give a big, warm welcome for Coach Slater in the building, y'all. Let's go.
Hey, we just have to say Coach Slater, the best coach in the nation, man.
That's right, the best
coach in the nation, man. I'm just tell you the truth, man. Coach Slater's a really, really good guy. Demands a lot from the kids, and they get a lot from the kids.
Exactly.
And he's the kind of man, the kind of coach that you want your child to play for. And I'm telling you that. You know, a respectable man, very, very good man. I'm not just saying that because he's here. He's just a great man all around. And I've learned a lot from Coach Slater over the years. Coach Slater came in 2006. You know, I've been coaching since 1998 at Tuskegee.
Okay.
But, man, just, you know, a professional in what he does. You know, always enjoy what I'm doing with him, and great leadership from that position. So, Coach Slater, Slate Dog.
I'm just glad. I'm just glad and honored to be in front of a legend right here. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my head goes out, man. You know what I'm saying? So I feel some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting right in front of a legend right here, man. We got Coach Slater in the building, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. You guys got to cut it out.
Hey, it's all true.
It's all true. It's all true.
We do the best we can. Love young people. That's my life, and I've dedicated it basically everything to them. We're trying to mold young men and get them to get a degree from Tuskegee. I've learned that Tuskegee is a great degree.
Right.
Yeah.
When they leave here, they get really good jobs and get a chance to go out and take care of their families like you want to do if you got a degree from a college.
Right.
Not only that, but we win.
Right. Yeah. All we do is win.
That's the good part. That's the fun part.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
That's the fun part. But what he just said was very important. You talk about coaches talk about winning on the field. How many coaches talk about getting their degrees and talk about developing young men? Right. That's very, very important to develop young men.
Exactly.
And I know one of the things we talk about when these guys, when they come in, education is first, athletics is second.
Right.
And that's a great thing to tell these young men. And while you're getting a great education for Tuskegee, you also can win.
You can win. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So you take advantage of that.
You got to.
Take advantage
with those degrees here in Tuskegee, man, those very important. You got to actually really be smart to go to Tuskegee and be a student athlete. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, really have it together. Yeah. You got to really have it together. It's hard just being a student. That's not a student athlete. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really, really, really have it together going to TU and athlete.
Right.
Really do.
And I'm gonna ask Coach to tell us where he's been. Where his coaching career started at, and people need to know that.
Exactly.
And he's had D1 experience, and he's been around, and he's done a great job at these places. And Coach Slater kind of modest. He don't like to tell you these things, but I'm going to ask him to tell us the schools that he coached at.
Okay.
Well, I graduated from, it was Livingston University when I played there. But it's called University of West Alabama now.
Okay.
That's where I got my degree. After my senior year of football, I went and asked the coach, could I be a graduate assistant?
Okay.
And he allowed me. He gave me the receivers, so I got to coach the receivers, got that experience, and then after that season, I decided to go ahead and try to get me a high school job. I really never wanted to coach in college.
College, right?
But and then I was my first job was at Jesse Lanier High School in Bessemer, Alabama.
Jesse Lanier, okay.
And I stayed there for 2 years, and then I left there and went to T.R. Miller High School in Brewton, Alabama for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I got on at Troy University.
Right.
Coach Chan Gailey was the head coach, and he talked me into going into college coaching.
Right.
And I've been in college coaching ever since. So I coached at Troy for 8 years. We actually won 2 NCAA national championships while I was there. We played for it 2 other times.
Okay.
Got beat in the semifinals 1 time. But I've never lost a final game.
Right.
And then after those 8 years, I went back to the University of West Alabama for a year. We actually went 6-5 that year.
Okay.
That was the first time they had a winning season since I played.
Wow.
And then that summer, I got offered a job at University of North Alabama, and I went there as the offensive coordinator. And we had and starting in 1993, we won the NCAA national championship 3 years in a row.
Wow.
93, 94, 95. Wow. We lost 1 game in that period of time, so we were 42-1 in a 3-year period.
Ooh.
And,
that's good.
Yeah.
And then we made it to the playoffs a couple of years after that. Then in 2000, I went to took a job at Jacksonville State University. We won that first conference championship there in 2003, and I was the offensive coordinator there. And then I learned that I could retire from the state of Alabama. So I retired from the state of Alabama, and then I took a job at Temple University. I stayed there for 2 years. Okay. And then from Temple University, came to Tuskegee. Been at Tuskegee ever since.
Hey, great coaching career.
I'm
a lot of experience.
Everywhere he went, they were winning.
Everywhere he went.
Everywhere he went.
And winning everywhere he went.
And then let people know that don't know, Coach, what position you played when you was playing football?
I played quarterback. That's all I've ever played.
You played quarterback now.
Hey, Coach, and you were the first black quarterback at
I actually kind of proud of that. You know, back in those days, integration came in, 1971?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then that was 1974. So I was actually the first African-American quarterback to
Right.
play at a predominantly white school.
Wow. In the state of Alabama.
Wow,
Man, that's big.
Let me get a little round of applause. Let me get a little
Stand
round
up
of
and give
applause.
him a round.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like
man,
that.
and you see that every day in his competitive spirit at practice and everything.
Right.
I'm going to go back to Facebook Live and say hey to everybody that's on the stream here before they get off there. Eric Copeland again, my cousin Laura Smith again, and Christy Cannon, Michael Williams. Hey, Mike, how you doing, Big Mike? And my cousin, Melvin McKay Bass, and that's my uncle and aunt's daughter. Hey, y'all. Hey, family back in Florida. Say hey to everybody for us. My buddy Bob, Robert here. How you doing, brother? Lovey Lane, how you doing, Miss Lane? You supposed to come see me, Lovey Lane. How you doing? Jay Martin again. Scott Miller. Hey, Scott Miller, how you doing, man? You doing all right, my brother?
They on that.
They joined. Okay, all right. I think that's everybody that's on the screen there. But one thing that Coach does, and I tell him every day, I don't see how he do it.
Yeah.
You know, he's the head coach now.
Right.
But he also coaches the running backs on the field. And Coach get out there and throw every pass to those guys.
Oh, he
during
just
warm
throw.
up.
Just
He's
throw.
throwing, man, I can't throw the ball like that no more.
Yeah,
He get out there and throw every pass accurate, too.
Yeah.
That's that quarterback in him. And he does that. He do that every day.
I seen him in warm
Every
up.
practice,
I seen
warming
him.
up,
I seen him
throwing the
warm up
ball.
through the game.
Every game.
I'm talking about
Man,
he's not
he's
trying
still
to
throwing like a quarterback, man. Spiral. He ain't out there just doing it. He's doing it. Man, I'd be like, wow, I can't even do that.
Man, they
now.
kind of them things like they got fire behind it too, though. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no regular throw. He throw it real fast and hard. Like got fire behind it. Coach, man, he can really throw.
He got fire behind him. He got fire behind him. He got fire behind him. He still get out there and do that, and that's a great thing.
Right.
But you know, and we're talking about football and we're talking about everything, but we got to tie this in with the young men.
Okay.
The young men that Coach has coached.
Right.
You know, and I know he's seen it all.
Right.
And you know, and one thing we want to talk about, and I know Coach can be positive and know he know what he's talking about. We talk about, Coach, how do you think that athletics help the young underprivileged kids?
Well, I was one of them.
Okay.
If I hadn't gone to college, I don't know what I'd be doing right now.
Right.
But college was my outlet. My parents couldn't send me to college, so I'm proud of the fact that I went on a football scholarship. My dad my mom never had to pay a dime for me to go to school, so I'm really proud of that. Right. And as a result, you know, I'm at Tuskegee University, which is kind of unbelievable to me.
Right.
To be in the position that I am at Tuskegee University.
Right.
But I know that God put me in that position.
Right.
And I know I'm gonna be successful. So I just take it one day at a time and just see what he's gonna do today. That's my attitude.
Yeah.
But the young men today, I've learned this, and I've had an opportunity. I started in 1979.
Okay.
Started in 1979, and I've been with young men, coaching young men all of these years. You know, and a lot of people give them a bad name. Our young people, but I've learned that they will do what you demand that they do.
Right. Exactly.
And they actually want to be led. They
That's
want
right.
somebody
Exactly.
to lead them in the right direction.
Right.
And I heard somebody say this. I mean, they want to know that you care.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That's all they want to know.
That's all they want to know.
And if they think that you care, then you can ask them to run through a brick wall. They're gonna say, "What kind of technique we gonna use for this one, Coach?"
Right.
That's right. That's truly right.
Right.
And one great thing he said, kids want structure.
They do. They really
And he's
do.
telling the truth. And you can take that on the coaching field. You can take that in the home.
Mm-hmm.
You can take that in your parenting. You got to give these kids structure. They got to know you care, and you got to be firm and positive with them. And those are parenting skills that coaches use.
That's right.
And these guys really respect that. Don't nobody want nobody they can just run over and tell what to do. They got to have some type of structure.
Got to.
And you get these, but have you had any kids, troubled kids that you know you touched? You know what I'm saying? That you know that are better from playing football than they would have been just going to school or not even making it to a football game or being on a football team.
Yeah, I've been around a few guys like that. I guess one of the guys that stick out to me is Derek Washington. You remember him?
Yeah, Derek. We
Great
were just
running
talking to
back.
his mom and dad. Great
he
running
played
back. They
at,
on there. Say hey
played
to
at
them on
Missouri.
Facebook Live again. They watching.
Derek Washington.
Great athlete.
Had some problems. honestly, I just think he was railroaded.
Yeah,
Right.
really.
We had an opportunity for him to come here. I mean, and this kid comes here, and he's one of the best I've ever
kids,
coached in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he graduated from Tuskegee. He's
Yeah.
gotten his degree from Tuskegee, and he's out there being a successful person.
Yeah.
Which shows, people can make mistakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
People can
but
make mistakes.
Just got to give him an opportunity.
Yeah.
But we didn't have to do anything. I mean,
No,
he was just an ideal
Yes, he was.
student athlete.
Right.
And did really well in the classroom, and of course he was great on that football field.
Well, he was great on the football
That's the one that was running that thing.
Yeah,
all
he
the
was
time.
running that
Yeah, I
thing.
remember that.
He
I remember
was.
him. Yeah.
He
yeah.
was running that thing.
Running over.
Came from Missouri, and
Yeah.
I mean, just a great athlete, just a great person, great kid. Never had an ounce of problem out of him. Just a great leader, and like Coach said, we ain't gonna talk about the issue with what happened, but like he said, like I said, I think he was railroaded, but given a second chance, just like a lot of us, a lot of people need a second chance to do something great, and you take advantage of the chances you get. And he did a great job.
I seen him train one time. I seen him down on the field one time. He was pulling a car.
Man,
he had a
that
car
dude-
tied to him, running with the car. I said, "What the
You,
world?
you might
what
see him doing everything.
I said, "What's how we rolled down there?"
and he played
Yeah.
just like that.
God,
He really
man,
played
he was a
like
beast.
that. But I can think of some more kids like that too that just got a second opportunity that we try to bring up or lend a helping hand to and pull them up, and they take advantage of that and they go on it and graduate from Tuskegee University, get them a great job and take care of their family, which is a great thing. But I think it's time for the drop, baby.
Time for the drop. Let's play the drop, y'all. Here it is, y'all.
Hey, Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this. And you know this.
Hey, Alvin Hope.
We back.
Mike Core, hey, Mike Core, Mary Ozzo, Jesse Maddox. How y'all doing? And I don't know, I'm sorry, Alvin, Hogggatt. Y'all pronounce that? Hoggett? I hope I got it right there. Appreciate you watching. And we're going to get back to the show. Great drop there. And Sarah Washington, thank you again, Sarah, for everything. And she said thank you, and TU, the town, and everybody. Okay. And Cardell Martin again. But we're going on with the show, and we're talking about, young people in athletics and how they help. And, that has helped a lot of people.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. You look at the pros. You look at even down to Pee Wee League.
Right.
How athletics help. And I know for us, Coach, one of the main things is getting those grades. And if they want to play football to be an athlete, they got to get those grades. Yeah. And one thing I know, Tuskegee University don't play when it comes to those grades.
Yeah.
If they don't get them, they won't play.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. I've been fortunate to have a son to go to Tuskegee, and I also have a grandson to go to Tuskegee.
That's right.
Wow. Okay.
And they've had to learn that you got to go to class, you got to do that work.
Got to do that work.
And goes my son. He's graduated from Tuskegee, and that's one of the proudest things in my life, right there. That he got his degree from Tuskegee.
Wow.
So hopefully my grandson will do the same.
Same thing. Right. Great. My daughter just graduated from TU last commencement.
Yeah.
So it's a real honor.
It's a real honor.
Yeah.
And I got two daughters that graduated from Tuskegee.
See, that's a real honor. And you graduated
and
from
I graduated from Tuskegee.
So you teach
so that
all the
is
way
a
down.
real honor.
Right.
But and what Coach was saying, his son graduated from Tuskegee. Played football. His grandson is one of our star receivers right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you talk about the pressure on those kids,
right?
And not pressure that he put on them,
right?
Because he treat them just like everybody else.
Right. That's right.
And when they mess up, he get on them just like he get on everybody else.
Right.
And might be even a little harder on them. Because he demands that they do what they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And you got to understand that. But that's being the father, the grandfather, and the coach.
And the coach.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And one of the hardest things to do, and I look at Coach all the time, because one of the hardest things for me to do is watch my son or my grandson be coached by somebody else.
Right.
And when they make a mistake, hey, those coaches get on them jokers like,
that's right.
And coach just be like, it's just happening.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that is tough.
It's tough.
That is really tough because your emotions get into it. That's your family.
Right.
But those guys were great athletes, you know, catch that ball. Both of them play receiver, catch that ball. And they're doing great at Tuskegee. And they're getting their lesson.
Okay.
Yeah, getting that lesson.
It's kind of hard. I know for being a coach, it's kind of hard to, you know, you have like 50-some players. It's kind of hard to really
50-something.
Well,
Man, we got 100. How many kids we got, Coach?
Yeah, we normally average about 85 to 90 guys.
And it's kind of hard to be able to know each individual.
Know
so you
everybody's
really,
name.
Yeah, but when you've been a coach, you
hold
just
on, let me ask you this, Coach. 10 years ago, you can call your player's name from 10 years ago. I mean, for real.
You got to have a good
Because
memory, though.
If I see the face, I can call
Yeah,
it.
call the name.
And Coach, you always call it. You call the names off from your first season, Coach. You call the names off from 10, 12 years ago. You remember those kids.
Yeah.
You remember those kids.
It take a special type of person to do that.
To
though.
remember all those kids.
Yeah, it take a
Oh,
very
man.
special kind of person to do that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Then know something about them at that.
And know something about them, too. That's
Right.
I guess the old age kicking in because I don't remember like I used to.
Yeah. But you know, athletics, you know, I mean, they bring us together.
Right.
They bring a lot of people together.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? It just brings a lot of people together. Think about all the people that look at football together.
Oh, man.
Think about all the great times. Me and my uncle could sit here and talk about football all day. We sat and talked about football today. We just sit and talked about football today. You know what I'm saying? And I can remember when he was training, when he was playing,
Right.
when my other uncle was playing, we was talking about how Bob Hayes used to come to my grandmother's house with my other uncle. My uncle here went to the Canadian League. We talked about that. I remember when he was training to make it. We was talking about him going to Ken Riley's house back in the day and training with Ken Riley. I was a little old boy, and I remember that. And we talked about that today. He played DB, and he was training with Ken Riley to make it to the pros.
Wow.
You know, we was talking about all that today. And I remember that just like yesterday. But athletics bring people together.
Bring them together.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring them together.
It's just a positive thing.
Yeah, you're right.
And we get some great kids that we save and that save themselves through athletics.
Right.
But you got to get those grades.
You got to get those grades together. You got to get those grades.
Definitely make you a better person.
Right.
Yeah, definitely make you a better person. But I'm glad to have Coach Slater here. You know, I'm glad for him to talk about the young folks. I'm glad to talk about grades and the things we do. Coach, what you think our biggest challenge is going to be this year?
Well, we just have to take it one game at a time. You know, of course, we play Alabama State the first game.
Why you laughing about that, baby?
I got to because everybody waiting on that game. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
everybody
saying?
waiting on that game.
Everybody just hyped up. You know what I'm saying?
It's always a tough game.
It's always.
Yeah, always a tough
game.
game.
I guess it's a good game to get your season started.
Right.
We were very fortunate last year. It wasn't because, I mean, we did not outplay them. We were very, very fortunate.
Right.
But hopefully we can play better this time and give folks a good show.
Yeah.
It's always.
Well, you hear the head coach. You know he a little critical. You know he'll tell you they didn't play good. He gonna be honest. They didn't play good. But we won.
We won. Yeah.
You know you can take that and you learn from your mistakes. You go on to the next game and you try to be better and better.
Right.
But you know the most important thing of a season to me is right now. What are we doing during the off season?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to get ready for that first big game. So, you know, we don't have the advantages like the D1 schools had where they can bring everybody in during the summer.
Right.
They stand together, they practicing together, they eating together, they're always on the field.
Right.
You know, we don't have that luxury right
like
now.
that, yeah.
So we got to send our kids stuff and hope they're working out, you know, and hope they're doing what they're supposed to do. And the few that are here, you know, we try to get them together and let them work out so we can be ready. For the upcoming season. And you don't wait till the season to get in shape and start football. You got to be in shape when you get here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't have the luxury of having all that time before a game because we only get, 2 weeks for the game, Coach?
2 weeks.
About 2 weeks and for practice and to get ready. And you can't get a whole lot in 2 weeks. Actually, about 2 weeks. You get a few days before 2 weeks, but you taking pictures. You got to get your physicals done. You got to get all this done. And we don't have the luxury of all that. So we're definitely at a disadvantage.
Well, I'm really concerned this year because we did better. We did better academically than we've done since I've been at Tuskegee.
Wow.
We only had 7 guys that had to go to summer school.
Wow.
So we only have about 13 guys down there.
Right.
Which means all the rest of them at home.
At home.
That concerns me.
Okay.
Because you're not going to work as hard at home as you're going to work
exactly
when you're here.
At school. You're right.
So we're concerned. Hopefully though they'll come back in shape and we can get ready to play.
Well, we're gonna find out the first day.
Yeah.
We gonna run them. We're gonna lift them, and we gonna make them do what they supposed to do when they first get here. And if they're not in shape, we gonna know the first day. Right. And yeah, they do call Earl. They do call Earl. You know, we run those 110s, or we run quarters sometimes, run those 110s, and we lift them, and we'll find out if they're in shape. And it's just going to be tough on them.
Right.
You know, when you're not in shape, it make you want to go home.
Yeah.
It make you want to quit football. It make you want to think about being out there.
Yeah. Right.
So, you know, I hope our guys listening, and I know the guys that are here are working hard, but you got to be prepared.
Right.
And football, athletics, it's a year-round thing. It ain't like you can just jump during the season and get ready no more.
Can't do that.
Everybody lifting weights, everybody running, everybody getting in condition.
And you got to fight for that position, though.
Oh, you got to fight for that.
You got to fight. You got to fight for that position. Let me ask you this, Coach. What is a good way of you going back recruiting some of the new players that get ready comes on for the first go round? How you go by recruiting them? What's a good way?
Well, we have great recruiters.
Okay.
I physically don't have to go to a lot of schools to recruit the players. We got guys like Kevin Powell, who's our recruiting coordinator.
Okay.
Great, does a great job. You know, Keith Higdon, Craig Agee, Joe Carter, Forrest Jackson, Montressa Kirby. All those guys, they do a great job of recruiting. They go out there and find the players, and then we just want to get them to come to campus. If we can get them to come to campus, they'll overcome a lot of the mystique that people kind of label us.
Right.
And I've been on the other side of the fence. I know how we get labeled. You know, the HBCUs get labeled. But if we can get them to come to campus, I think we get them to see a different side.
Right.
And we get the majority of them. We go after the best ones, and we get a lot of really good players.
Right. I see them on the sideline. You know, I'd be right there in that little area right there where that fence is. And it's about 30, 40 guys be right there at that fence area. And they said, we thinking about going to Tuskegee. And I was like, man, I hope you do. These are giants, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, they giants. I'm talking about big guys, you know,
we
athletic.
get some big guys. We get some athletic
guys. And I said,
guys.
I hope he do come to Tuskegee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they really, when they come, they really be fond of Tuskegee.
Yeah.
I like the campus. I love it. Especially those games when you win. You know, kids love when you win.
Yeah.
So
but you know, one of the things about recruiting and one thing about the athletes, and this has changed over the years, and we was talking about this before the show. You know, one of the things, you know, kids are bound to look at visible stuff.
Right.
You know, D1 schools can show you a little more than the D2 schools can, stadium-wise and that kind of stuff, you know, locker rooms and things like that. But, you know, if you want to get a great education, want to play for a good school, you want some one-on-one contact with your coach and your teachers, you know, Tuskegee is a great place.
Right.
You know, right now we don't have no shabby stadium. You know, our stadium is full of pride.
Right.
We full of emotion. And if you look on Facebook, you can look in the papers, you can look on any media guide, Tuskegee is the place to be.
That's right.
You know, Tuskegee football is the place to be.
Right.
You know, the stands, the fans, you know, we outrank everybody. The shed. We outrank everybody when it comes to, you know, coming to the games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Attendance, that's where I'm looking for. Attendance. You know, and it's just full of life, man. I mean, when you come to Tuskegee, it is something different. You don't see that nowhere else. You see those students and the fans are very, very important to the football team. But man, that shit be rocking.
They do.
That shit be rocking.
Big shouts out to the band too.
Yeah. Man, the band. You couldn't even have the football without the band.
Right.
Those guys do a great job. They really do.
Right.
And we got a small band, but they be rocking.
That's right.
They
rock.
Yeah, they do.
Big shouts out to them.
We ain't got the margin. How many people in the FAMU band?
Actually, Leonard, Director Leonard, he was FAMU alumni.
Right, alumni. He was in the FAMU band.
And
right.
Also Duncan was too.
That's right. Duncan was too.
Yeah, that's right.
They alumni there. And both of them
Played
did a great job. Yeah.
I think Duncan was a drum major.
That's why they be rocking up.
Yeah. I think Duncan was a drum major.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Drum major. Yeah.
But that is so important.
Okay.
You know, that is so important. And we're talking about the athletics. What about all the kids that are in the band that keeps them from getting in trouble?
That's right.
Keeps them doing their work and their lesson and staying out of trouble.
That's right.
You know, just think about that.
You're right.
You're saving a lot of kids with athletics, the band, cheerleaders,
right,
and all of that.
Yeah. It's so funny, man. You know, I work at the security and police department up there, and if we have any type of trouble with any of the athletes, and And before we even get off into a conversation with them or get to, what's that, man? We going to call you coach.
Yeah.
And that
don't nobody want that.
everything out.
Don't nobody want
everything
that.
gets silent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You ain't got to back and forth and argue with them. Just say, okay, I'll call coach. You know what I'm talking about? It cuts out right there. Everything.
Well, we got
That's a
these
good thing.
things that coach use. We call the bing bings. And don't nobody want to run the bing bings.
The bing bing.
Man, you know that big hill where the band comes down?
Right.
We run them bing bings.
The bing bing.
Up and down, up and down.
The
By the
bing
time you run 25 of those bing bings at 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
you straight.
You straight.
You don't want no more of that.
The bing bing.
The bing
I like that.
bings. Hey, and
bing- I gotta
you know,
use the
one
bing
great
bing.
thing, one great thing, you don't want to run the bing bings in front of the head coach either. Hey, you make Coach Slater, man, he got to be up there at 4:30, 5 o'clock to run your bing bing before practice.
Right.
Or get up when he don't need to be there for the. You know you got some problems.
Got some problems.
And he gonna be there just frowning
Yeah.
and quiet. You better run them bing bings.
The bing bing.
Bing bings. Yeah, that's what we call the bing bings.
The bing
Ain't that
bing.
right, Coach?
Like
Bing
that.
bing tough.
You run the bing bing.
Run the bing bing.
Hey, you need to run the bing bing.
That's right.
Me
But
and
you
Pat
know
gonna
that
run the
keeps us
bing
straight. And we can get what we need out of them on that football field.
Right.
You know, one thing we talk about after practice, coach always talk to the kids. You don't get in no trouble in that cafeteria.
Right.
You don't get in trouble in the classroom.
Okay.
You better go to class. You better get your work. He always tell them, don't do anything to embarrass yourself, your university, your parents.
That's right.
And you all right with him.
That's right.
When you start doing that, that's when you're in trouble. You can't do that. And we tell those kids that every single day. And when those teachers call and say, hey, they was noisy in class, you better get ready to run.
Yeah.
And if we catch them after practice, they going to roll, they going to run. We going to take care of that.
Go take care of that.
Yeah, and we ain't going to talk about it too much.
Yeah.
And they ain't going to do it but once or twice. They do it once or twice. They know they in trouble getting up out of here because they're not going to embarrass us, not going to embarrass the team, not going to embarrass themselves. You know, they're not going to do that to the university. Yeah, that's a great thing.
That's a great thing.
And very firm about that.
That's
And
great.
we just hadn't had many problems, any problems. We always have some good guys. We hadn't had many problems at all.
Yeah. We hadn't,
Not at all.
Yeah. Our department
But
hadn't had any.
I gotta
complaints
say,
either.
hey to Betty Richardson, Rashad Murphy, Ruby Copeland, Ruben Red, William Leonard. How you doing? Forrest Jackson watching. Hey, Forrest Jackson, run, Forrest, run. That's one of our coaches there. But hey to everybody, I want to welcome y'all to Facebook Live and say hello to everybody again. Thanks for watching. And we're here talking about kids, talking about, young men and athletics and how athletics have helped. And I'm sure so many people have a story about how athletics have helped them along the way.
Everybody
and
got
I
a
know
story.
I got a story. I know you got a story. I know you got a story. I know you got a story. Courtney might not have a story. She Sonya might have a story, but pretty much everybody got a story about athletics.
Right.
And so that's a great thing. It's
great.
And a lot of them are success stories.
That's right.
You
shoot that thing. Look. Key shoot basketball.
That's right. Motor City used to shoot. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about
Motor
that.
City shoot that
Yeah,
basketball.
she used to shoot that basketball. She can't even dribble now.
And
though.
miss everything.
Hey, she can't even dribble now. She can't.
Let's go to court now. Come on.
Wait in September. Look at her. Look at her.
Oh my God, doggone.
But we here with the great head coach Willie Slater. And he has so much knowledge about what we're talking about and what's going on. Coach, I'm gonna just ask you one, not about athletics, but what do you think? And I'm not gonna say with young people. Just what do you think is wrong with people today? The bad attitudes, the just can't. Nobody don't want to hear a bad word. You can't say it. You can't look at nobody the wrong way.
Right.
You in for a fight, you might get shot. What do you think is wrong with the world today, Coach? What do you think is wrong with the people?
Well, the Bible talk about the love growing cold, and you gotta love people.
You gotta love.
That's right.
You gotta love.
And love
people
will make you tolerate things. So if somebody look at you wrong, if you love them, what's wrong? Why are you looking at me wrong?
Right.
And that's crazy. They say that. You get people you can't. What you mean you looked at me wrong? What you mean you said this, man? That's crazy. We killing each other over things like that. Just foolishness to me. And we always ask that question during the segment, what's wrong with people today?
Well, I'm a Christian, and a lot of people might not go that direction or whatever, but all it ever teaches us is to love other people and help other people.
Right.
And to me, that's the only thing that's going to help the world come together.
Right.
Otherwise, if the other way is selfishness and hatred and all of that stuff, and there's nothing good in that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It comes down to, man, we got to really come together, man. Everybody's too separate. You
Right.
know, everybody want to do their
separate.
own thing and don't want another person to do better than what they're doing.
Right.
And that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to do nothing either. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So, I mean, we got to come together, man. Change ideals, help each other, you know, and love each other.
Right. And I always say that we got to love each other.
Love each other.
You know,
what I'm saying?
that's the main thing. Just love each other and, you know, look out for each other. You know, and especially in a community like this, you know, we got a small, close-knit community. Everybody can basically look out for each other. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Everybody ought to, you know, just look out for your neighbors, look out for your loved one, and especially look out for our kids and our elderly. You know, and you do that, you're all right with me.
An old man told me a long time ago, it's going to be deep, but you might have to think about it a little later. He said, more people come to your birthday party than your funeral. You know?
Yeah, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that is
you know,
deep.
just think about it. It's strong.
Yeah, that is strong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hey to Cynthia Richardson. How you doing, Cynthia Richardson? And Freddie Cunningham. C. Cunningham, how you doing, my brother? Y'all doing all right out
Renegade.
there?
Renegade.
The Renegade out there on Facebook Live. You right.
See
But,
Cunningham in the building. Hear me.
all the peace officers. And William Leonard saying happy Officers Day to all our peace officers, and prayers continue with you for the service that you render to our community. Thank you, my friends, Mr. and Ms. Bronson, for doing a tremendous job.
Hey, that's
Thank you, my friend. Thank
that's
you.
Reverend William C. Leonard.
Yes, sir.
Hey, he got a book too. He wrote.
He got a book.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
well,
He wrote
thank
a
you.
book.
Thank you, Reverend
got a
Leonard.
book
Tell
from
your
him.
wife I said thank you and hello.
So you can get his book. He got a book. That he wrote. I got it myself at the house.
You got it yourself at the house.
Appreciate
So
it, my brother. I got that book.
Everybody need to go out and buy that book then and read that book.
They
It's a
need
great
it. They
book.
need it. They need it.
Yeah.
I want to sit down and squat down and be able to so now.
Run
Oh.
the games down.
Oh, the schedule. Okay. But yeah, along with that book, yeah. But appreciate that book. Thank you very much. But Coach, the first game, winning the first game.
Well, we play Alabama State
right.
on September 1st
Okay.
in Montgomery, and then we come back and we play Albany State. We're supposed to play them in Phoenix City. It
Okay.
still hadn't been finalized.
Is that the
So
Whitewater
it's
class?
Whitewater class.
Whitewater class. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a possibility we could be playing them in Tuskegee, but right now
man, that'll be
we're
nice.
scheduled to play them in Phoenix
Phoenix
City in
City.
the Whitewater Classic.
Okay.
And then after that, we go to Clark, Atlanta.
Okay.
And then after that, we play our first home game, and that'll be against Missouri S&T. You might want to look them up.
Yeah.
Missouri S&T.
They got a good program, and it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us. And then
Okay.
we got another home game right after that, and that'll be a conference game versus Lane College.
Lane. So,
Then, of course, Morehouse, then Kentucky
Kentucky
State,
State.
Central State.
so how many home games we have?
So we only have 3 home games.
Wow.
That's kind of
Yeah.
stuck with that schedule for the next couple of years. But we're gonna try to have a few more home games.
Right.
I saw something about lights. That's one of my goals. We want to put lights on the field. I would be excited to see what our stadium would look like for the first night game.
Yeah, that would be something there, man. Man, that would be.
Man,
Well, that'd be off the chain, wouldn't it?
sellout. A sellout.
It really would.
A sellout.
And
right
that would be great.
there. right.
You know, I know one of the things that I pride myself on, and since I'm the strength coach and conditioning coach, I pride myself on our guys being in better shape, you know, able to take that heat all day, every day. But, man, I would love to see a night game.
Man,
I would love
night
to see
game,
a night game.
boy.
And, you know, I think that's one of the advantages we have because
right.
we work our kids so hard out there in that hot sun. You know, they are definitely used to it.
Yeah.
But still, I would love to see a night game. And Mr. Washington asked about a night game here and about the lights and everything. So that's a great thing. And hopefully that'll come too.
Right.
You know, I know Coach and know he working on the stadium. I know they raising money to try to get the stadium built,
Right.
which would be great.
Right.
You know, and I know it's coming in the near future. But to play football, all you need is some green grass.
That's it.
Let's line it up and play, baby.
Concrete. We played on the concrete. Dirt, everything. boy, back in the day.
That's right.
Everybody
That's
just
right.
want to see football.
Everybody just want to see
They just
football.
wanna see football.
And you know it's right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Couple months.
Yeah. And hello,
July,
Mr.
August.
Leonard. Mr. Leonard, say thank you and our prayers to all. Thank you, Miss Leonard, and I appreciate everything. Okay. And I know they say we got 10 minutes, so we got to start getting on with our shout outs and all that kind of stuff, you know. But I just want to say I'm pleased and honored to have Coach Slater here.
Okay.
You know, man, with a lot of knowledge and a lot of caring about what's going on with our kids. You know, everybody need to know that, and everybody need to remember that. You know, he's not just a football coach; he's the athletic director,
right?
And he does a great job at both, and he can definitely handle both,
right?
So, you know, looking forward to a good season. I don't want to talk and brag about the season. I don't want to jinx us,
yeah.
You know, but I know we're working hard and
right.
getting prepared for it, and that's what it takes to be successful.
Exactly.
And that's the way Coach runs this program. Great guy. I'm pleased and honored to be working with him, and pleased and honored to be the sheriff here.
That's right.
So I got double duties, but I love both of them.
Love both of them.
I love
both of them.
Yes, sir. But I got to give all my folks a shout out. You know, all my friends and family back there in Florida, Polk County, Lake Wales, Tampa. Everybody, hello. You know, everybody watching that, give everybody a shout out. All my neighborhood watching a shout out. I hadn't said anything to them lately, but I'm sure it's time for us to get us a great meeting for this county-wide neighborhood watch program.
Okay.
But y'all continue to check on our senior citizens, especially in this heat.
That's right.
It is too hot, and some of our senior citizens can't get up, and you know, sometimes they can't get water, especially if they get too hot. And we're getting ready to start my SAP program, and it's a senior citizens program that I'm sending people out to help our senior citizens, giving them water, checking on them, doing blood pressure checks, and things like that.
Right.
And hopefully we'll be started with that soon. It's all about helping the community and taking care of the community. So I appreciate everybody, and a shout out to everybody I know, everybody in Macon County.
Everybody in Macon County.
Yes, sir. Oh, and I got to give my wife a shout out. My uncle, my aunt, my aunts. And I know I got to say hey to my wife over there holding that camera over there. That right?
TV.
And I'm going to tell Coach Slate, dog, he better get his wife a shout out, because if he don't, when he get home, he gonna hit it. He gonna get it. Ain't that right? I got to remind you, better give your wife a shout out.
I got to, baby.
All right. So, Coach Slater, got to give him a shout out.
Shout out to everybody you want to give a shout out to.
Well, I just want to give a shout out to all of Tuskegee University athletic people. We're overseeing all of the programs, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the upcoming year. I just believe this is going to be our year.
That's right.
All right. You better tell him, Chef. He forgot.
Hey, you ain't saying nothing to your wife. You better say shout out.
Shout out to my wife.
There you go.
Get it.
Hey, she's my first love and my only love.
Hey, he just made up for it. He made up for it. As it goes, Slate made up for it. Well, you make it tough on the Slate dog. You make it tough on the bad Slate dog.
Oh, man. Yes, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to the best station in the nation, 100.7 WBZ. What's it? Oh, yeah.
Give a round of applause.
Let's give a round of applause for that. Well, hold on. See, TV said, let's give a round of applause. Let me find these clapper. Why I do them clapper right there? Wait, here we go.
Yeah, it was. Big Slate dog, you lucky there, girl.
Oh, boy, he made all the way up for that one, boy.
Yes, he did. That's right. Look at here. Look here. I say I got to say hello to Ruby Copeland there, Sylvia Davis here, Henry Hyman's here, David Dardell, and my cousin Laura Smith. Say that's right, Courtney. For giving him that right there, got to give him a round of applause for that. And there you go, cuz. And I appreciate everybody watching. Now you better get your shout outs right, man.
Okay, big shout out to my folks here, right here, Kim Motor City, Jordan in the building. Butcher's not here, Brinsky not here, and Pat is not here.
Y'all holding it down. Y'all got it.
Down. Big shouts out to CBTV, Courtney Brunson Television. Big shouts out. We got Big Unc in the house, and we got Auntie in the house. Big
that's right. That's right.
And my panel right here.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to them, man. Also, big shouts out to my wife and kids.
There you go.
Big shout out. I hope you feel better, baby. All right. And also, Coach, feel free to have an open invitation.
Right.
Anytime you want to come on the show at any given time, You feel free to come on. Anything you want to say or talk about, you're welcome to come at any time.
Hey, but we're going to get this started. We're going to have that coaching show.
Okay.
During the season, we got to have a coach come on at least once a week to talk about
exactly
whether they want to talk about the post-game, pre-game, whichever one.
Right.
I would probably think post-game would be good so we can talk about what happened during the game.
That's great.
And that would be great. A great start for Coach, once a week would be great. And that keeps the community involved, keeps the community, knowing what went on with the football game the day before, the day after, because everybody wants to know.
Everybody want to know.
It just keeps everybody informed on what's going on with the Golden Tiger football.
Right.
Hello, Patrice Stanton. How you doing? Thanks for watching. And we're here on Facebook Live. We're here on WBZ 100.7 with DJ Booty Rush.
In the building.
Did you say something to your wife?
I had to, man. I got to get that in there, brother.
Boy, that's going to be hard to follow.
Hey, ain't nobody beat that one yet. Oh, you got the best. He got the best.
Sir,
you got the best. But ain't nobody beat you yet.
Ain't nobody beat him yet.
Right? They say he competitive.
Yeah, he competitive. Boy, he scored one on the
end. That's a touchdown and a field goal.
Hey, Booty Rush, he slammed dunk both of them.
We got to practice something for that one, though, boy.
That's right.
But we had a good time today, man. Yeah. We always have a good time, no matter what, on this show here, the Sheriff Report, man. So that's going to end our program. Big shouts out to Sylvester McPherson, Andre Fields, man. They held it down yesterday at Giant Foods, man. We went live remote yesterday. It was off the chain, man. Sylvester did his thing, man. And Andre was in here, controlling the board, man. Big shouts out to those guys, right? Good guys to work with, man. Good guys.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got to say this. I forgot about this. My sister Lisa Peoples had surgery today. Just want to, give our prayers and our thoughts to the Peoples family. My sister, Miss Linda Peoples and Glenn Peoples and everybody. Want to pray for them with Lisa in the hospital. So just got to say that to the Peoples family. My family, got to give them a prayer there. Okay. And I hope everything's all right, and we're going to continue to pray for you. And also, Steve Piner's father was buried today.
Okay.
The Piners,
Yeah.
It was buried today, so we got to give them, send our prayers up to that family. And if anybody that I missed, I didn't know, I'm sorry, but just let you know that we're with you. We didn't call your name, we didn't know, but we're still with you. Prayers go out to everybody.
Everybody. Okay, that's been our time. Make sure you like and share this right here. You can go to Tuskegee Virtual. You can go to Courtney Brunson, CBTV. She got it live. She got it live. You can go and share and share and share. Like and share and share, because a lot of people don't live in Tuskegee. They can know about what's going on in their county.
Right.
They got aunties and grandmas and stuff live in this city, in this county, man. They would like to know what's going on in these streets.
That's right.
Well, like and share. That's been our time, y'all. That is June 21st, first day of summer. We out.
Thank you. Peace. Shout out. Slate Dog. Hey, we still going with Tuskegee Live there. How y'all doing, Tuskegee Live? Facebook Live. I'm sorry, we gotta edit that. Not Tuskegee Live, but Facebook Live.